We're inside John Hurst Gymnasium in Columbia, South Carolina for the matchup of the year in the AAC. The Rams take on the Allen University Yellow Jackets here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us once again as the Rams trying to make it 5 in a row today against the number 2 team in the AAC. Allen University trying to find revenge after losing to the Rams back in November at the Dome 90-65. But since then, Allen, a brand new team. They have won 5 in a row, while the Rams coming in with their own win streak now, trying to sweep this Yellow Jackets team for prowess in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Both of these teams right behind Union, but Bluefield with a big week starting out here. They have a game tomorrow against West Virginia Tech and then head home to the Dome on Thursday. So maybe the most crucial stretch of the year for Bluefield, facing off against a team that is 17-5 and 11-5 in the AAC. For the tip, it'll be Leroy Williams II and Donnell Gooch, who swats it into the hand of Damon Childress, and the Rams start out with the ball here. Jeremiah Jenkins onto the floor, the freshman point guard from Maury High School in Norfolk, Virginia. Taekwon Reed bumps into the lane and threw an elbow in the process to start out this one with the turnover. Vernon Jackson, the freshman that was not on the roster for that game back in November, now back for Allen, the freshman from Tampa, Florida, as he passes the ball inbounds to Devontae James. So James Williams, the second, Vernon Jackson, also joined by Kenneth Roll on the floor, as well as the big man down low, Brandon Moore. It's one of the men for the Yellow Jackets that averages nearly 20 points per game. Lob down low to Roll, spins on the left side, hook shot falls with the right hand. Naquan Cousins also into the game for Bluefield, who didn't provide enough defensive pressure there. But it's 2-0 Allen, as now the Rams take the ball across midcourt. Into the corner, Taekwon Reed zips back out towards the timeline for Jeremiah Jenkins on the far side. Stumbling in the lane, Jenkins chucks a layup and misses ugly as the ball is pulled down by Vernon Jackson. Outlet on the other end to Roll, losing the ball and stepping back out off the hard defense from Damon Childress. Bounce down low to Moore, misses at first, but then the ball rolls through off of the glass. A whistle and already a timeout from Richard Morgan. It is 4-0 after the Rams are forced to take a timeout to start early here in the first half. 18:56 left to go before halftime, and the Rams already taking a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Short break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's already 4-0 with 18:56 left to go. Allen starting out well with a couple of shots from Brandon Moore, the sophomore from Sylvester, Georgia. He's averaging 22 points per game and already has 4. Bluefield with that same starting lineup. Jeremiah Jenkins, the point guard, taking the ball across. Worked well in the 4-game winning streak for Bluefield. Angles left, hands off Reed, top of the key. Now the guard coming out of North Carolina, chest pass to Damon Childress. Pump fake and enters the lane. Cross-court lob, Jenkins in the corner. Steps into a triple, got it! Now the freshman already shooting 40% from beyond the arc. Hits his first triple of the night from the left wing. 18.5 minutes left to go, and a pass into the right side for Devontae James, the junior coming out of South Carolina. Bounce down low. Here's Brandon Moore, a hard elbow into the lane, and he already has 6 points for Allen, this time on the right block. Bluefield zigzagging the ball across midcourt. Taekwon Reed lifts it back out. The ball is picked away by Vernon Jackson, and already a foul called on that. So that will be on Jeremiah Jenkins. That was an ugly pass from Taekwon Reed intended for Jenkins, and then he was draped all over Vernon Jackson. So now an inbounds pass from Devontae James feeds into the freshman Vernon Jackson. He had a double-double with 17 points and 15 assists against Milligan. So Bluefield has to combat that point guard today. Meanwhile, a 3 sank from the top of the key from Kenneth Roll. Now it is 8, or rather he had a foot on the line. It is 8-3, only called a 2 as his right foot was on the top of the arc. Bluefield a little bit taken off guard from this Allen speed to start out in this game. Now Tyquan Reed lifts it top of the key. Damon Childress, cross-court lob, Naquan Cousins. Storms down the lane, pops for two, off the glass, and gets it UCLA style, working the window to his advantage. 8-5, 17-24 on the clock in the first half. Bluefield wearing the red jerseys in this one, those road reds, and Allen wearing the yellows. As Brandon Moore finally misses a shot, putback doesn't fall for Vernon Jackson, and now Bluefield takes it down. Here's Damon Childress, his pass tipped in the air and stolen away by Devontae James on the other end of the floor. Here comes Vernon Jackson, a crossover dribble, and lifts it into the right wing over for Kenneth Moore. He misses, but now Leroy Williams II on the putback stuff by Naquan Cousins. What a block by Cousins. Now going on the other end, Tyquan Reed already fouled as he tried to skate down into the lane. That's going to be a foul on Vernon Jackson. His first and a team first here in this first half. 16:51 left to go. It is 8-5 Allen. Bailey Engel, happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield's women already coming away with a win, 71-66, ending that 4-game losing streak. So Damon Childress right in front of what could be a hostile environment here in Allen, in front of that student section. Childress feeds right corner over to Tyquan Reed, lifts it back towards the logo for Jeremiah Jenkins. A dangerous pass is that, as Jeremiah Jenkins almost had a backcourt. Jenkins feeds right wing, Tyquan Reed. Now the North Carolina native gets it right back up to Naquan Cousins. Chest pass Jenkins, left wing off the screen, goes down the lane. Hard zip down low to Cousins, fighting for the layup, and he's fouled as he went up. So the shot did not fall, but now Cousins will have 2 shots from the line. So Naquan Cousins coming into this game, a decent free throw shooter. At the line, he is 65%. This is only his 27th chance, as opposed to, if you look at Tyquan Reed, who has shot 62 times from the charity stripe. So Cousins eyes the rim, possibly Bluefield's most athletic ball player as he hits the first free throw to make it 8-6. 16:31 is on the game clock. Here's Cousins with his second free throw. Bends the knees, lifts it in the air, and scores to make it a 1-point game. 8-7, Bluefield going with the midcourt press as Childress is matched up with Kenneth Roll. Pass stolen and slammed with one hand by Naquan Cousins. That got Bluefield's bench up, and now an outlet on the other end for Leroy Williams II. Floats it over to Brandon Moore, who gets it in transition. Bluefield fell asleep after the hard dunk, and now here come the Rams again. Down by 1, it is 10-9, and that has gotten Bluefield back to a humble standpoint. Cousins down low, goes up for 2, and scores. He has knocked 6 points in a row for the Rams. Now the Rams have it back up 11-10. 15:57 left to go first half. Looking like another man will check in. Demetrius Richardson ready to get in for Allen. Near the middle of the court, Vernon Jackson storms down the lane and scores with the left-handed layup, clocking right off of the window. 12-11, Allen back up by 1. Trading haymakers here as Naquan Cousins has scored the last 6 points for the Rams. Tyquan Reed almost lost the ball towards midcourt. Spins, now bumps in to Devontae James, and he's fouled hard. Devontae James with his first foul of the night. Make that a team third. And it's 12-11. Damon Childress will do the inbounding duties once again. As looks like James is taken out. And now Demetrius Richardson into the game for the first time. The junior from Darlington, South Carolina. Childress lifts it into Tyquan Reed. Crossover dribble. Steps into a triple. Yes! Rattles the ball around the rim, and it went right through the nylon. First 3 of the night for the junior out of North Carolina. 14-12, Rams on top by 2. On the other end, here is Vernon Jackson, the freshman. Pops from long range, misses the long 2. Rebound Childress, and a hard pass to Tyquan Reed. Reed starting to feel it. He can work as the point guard. Goes through his legs on the pass to Damon Childress. Underhands Jenkins. Pro length jumper. Hits the 3 again. 2 threes for Bluefield's freshman, and now the lead is 5 for the Rams. They won this game back in November, 90-65, and now they have all the confidence in the early moments of the first half. Brandon Moore up top to Demetrius Richardson. And it looks like Allen has really prided themselves on moving fast. Moore splits the double team, misses the layup. Rebound Williams, goes up, blocked by Gooch, and now the Rams got the loose ball, courtesy Naquan Cousins. What a stuff by Gooch, the 6'9 junior. Here's Jenkins, pops left wing. Reed for 3, good! He hits his second triple of the game already, and it is an 8-point deficit. Bluefield smiling as they get back on defense. 14-15. Allen fell asleep in the past couple of possessions after Brandon Moore scored the 6 points of the game. Richardson lifts it down low to Moore, puts it on the deck, goes up for two, misses, own rebound, now back with a putback. It doesn't fall, but a foul called now on Bluefield. It will be called on Naquan Cousins, his first of the game. Now shooting two is Brandon Moore. Noticeably, this Allen team is without Quincy Richardson, or Quincy Washington, I should say, the senior from Florence, South Carolina, dealing with some eligibility issues after playing with a semi-pro team last summer as he misses that first free throw. He was a player averaging over 20 points per game. And now Bluefield faces off against a team they beat by 25 without arguably their best player. Moore arcs the second free throw and hits to make it 20-13. Rams have hit already now 4 threes in this one. 2 courtesy Taekwon Reed and another pair of triples from Jeremiah Jenkins. Cousins feeds over to Reed, storms down the left baseline, spins and misses the layup. Loose ball corralled by Donnell Gooch. Now picked away by Vernon Jackson, racing towards the basket, swoops with a right hand and scores with a foul on the layup. That's the foul. First foul call on Donnell Gooch, a team's fourth. And now Vernon Jackson trying to finish off the and one. It is 20-15. Big whistle now as Bluefield basically playing in platoons. Gage Yesbeck, David Tripp, Jorge Concepcion, still the team's leading scorer with 14 points per game, and David Tripp into the game as well, joined by Sean Robinson. Stan Nelms, another forward for Bluefield, the senior, the lone, or rather now 2 seniors on the floor, with Gage Yesbeck is there as well. Tipped into the hands of Sean Robinson as the free throw doesn't fall for Jackson. Now Bluefield has played with a talented couple of platoons in this season. Here's Concepcion on the far end. Has kind of cooled off after he was taken out of the starting lineup. He scored 27 his last matchup against Allen. Has the ball back near the top of the key. Bounce down low to Yesbeck in the left block. Returns to Concepcion. Pump fake. Now picks it back up. Swings out to Nelms. Long two. Misses from the top of the arc. Rebound Tripp. Fouled on the putback. And now the junior from Connecticut will have 2 shots. Still 20-15. So the Rams still up by 5, 13-11. Left to go in the first half. And now David Tripp returning to the line, a decent free throw shooter, but he did struggle against Bryant. He's 68% from the charity stripe. His first one, it swirls out on the left side. Dante Ford into the game. The senior from Oxon Hill, Maryland, and a transfer from Newbury College. So now David Tripp will have his second shot. Bluefield already sending all of their defenders into the backcourt. As Tripp arcs and misses both shots, tipped into the hands of Demetrius Richardson, and Allen has the ball back, down by just 5. Jackson lost the ball as he entered the lane. Yesbeck outlets to Tripp, now storming into the right side, looking for someone to pass it to. Finds Robinson, pump fake, and now he goes down the corner. Matched up on Demetrius Richardson. That's a size mismatch as Richardson is at 6'3". Robinson zips it over left wing. Jorge Concepcion, 13 to shoot. Concepcion feeds Robinson, arcs a tray. Some contact there as the ball was blocked as Brandon Moore tipped the ball right back to himself. Here comes Ford going coast to coast as he's fouled entering the perimeter. Allen has tried to kick up the speed in this game. Bluefield trying to keep up, and it has been tough so far. They've led by as much as 8. It's 20-15. It'll be an inbounds pass for Dante Ford. Meanwhile, it looks like the referees were just trying to clarify. Now a zip inside. Here's Roll. Pops from mid-range. Misses on the right side. Great rebound. Wrestled down by Stan Nelms. 12.5 minutes left on the clock in the first half. Jorge Concepcion looking for his first shot. Swings a triple. Misses. Tipped into the hands of Stan Nelms for the offensive board. Lifts it back to Concepcion. Blocked on the layup, but fouled. He went on the left side, tried to go across his body, and was hacked by Allen. So now Jorge Concepcion, the junior out of Chesapeake, Virginia, with a couple of chances to give Bluefield another 6 or 7 point lead. Well, Concepcion stepping up to the line. He has had some production in the last couple of games as he hits the first of 2 free throws, now 21-15. But really against Allen back in November, he scored 27 points, leading all scorers. Second shot falls as well for Concepcion. 22-15, Rams up by 7 again. Allen trying to find answers as they take the ball left to right, going right across the logo. Feeding 4, now back up top to roll. Overhead pass over to Jackson. Lifts down low to Brandon Moore. Spins in the lane. Hook shot, now a pass over to Demetrius Richardson, who hits the layup from the left side. Makes it 22-17. Rams looking for an answer in transition with Jorge Concepcion. One arm pass, Dan Nelms, right wing. Not a guy that shoots a ton of threes as he hands it off to Yespek. Another handoff, Robinson, top of the key. Now down the lane. Robinson, double pump, layup falls. Well, the transfer from Caldwell Community College makes it 24-17. On the other end, Jackson's blocked by Tripp. And now Bluefield settles into another zone defense. 11.5 minutes left to go first half, as it is now 24-17, another 7-point lead for the Rams. Top of the key, here's Kenneth Roll with a hard head fake. Matched up by Jorge Concepcion. Veers left off a screen, passes in the corner for Ford, floats from 5, and gets the baseline jumper to fall. 24-19, a 5-point lead for the Rams now. They've led by as much as 8. Jorge Concepcion getting a new offense from Richard Morgan in his 9th season at the helm of this Bluefield program. Nelms stepping hard in the lane, pickpocketed by Demetrius Richardson, racing to the basket and finishes with a right-handed dunk. 24-21, Allen has rallied back. It is now a 3-point game, 24-21, as Nelms lost the ball near the top of the key. Meanwhile, Allen getting right back into this game. Bounce pass up to Jorge Concepcion, enters the perimeter, pops from the perimeter, air ball, and a rebound for Vernon Jackson. Outlets on the other end, Richardson lobs it into Ford. Layup no good. Looking for the putback. Still a rebound from Richardson. Gets it on the 3rd try off of the putback. Inbounds pass in, tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Bluefield, but this game has now gotten down to a 1-point deficit. No timeout, but Allen really onto the floor there. The whole team was ready to just group up off of that momentum, but Richard Morgan did not call a timeout. 10:19 remaining, first half, 24-23. Bluefield led by as much as 8, but Allen fighting their way back, courtesy Demetrius Richardson. Oh, now Jorge Concepcion will take the ball across midcourt for Bluefield, acting as the point guard, even with Sean Robinson on the floor. Reed pops it down low to Nelms. Underhands Robinson. Launches a 2 and misses from the baseline. So now here comes Allen off of the rebound from Dante Ford. Vernon Jackson into the lane. Pops it over to Moore, and his pass tipped in the air. Taken away by Jorge Concepcion, going across midcourt and veering on the right side. Taekwon Reed arcs a tray and hits his 3rd triple of the game from the right wing, stunning this crowd. He's on fire as the Rams are back up by 4. 27-23, 9:40 left to go in the first half. Bluefield getting back on defense and hearing the cheer from their own bench. Pass in the right wing, here's Jackson, pressured hard by Sean Robinson. Keeping that ball across the arc as now Kenneth Morris splits the defense, launches right wing, back up top. Here's a shot from Adams, he misses, and now a rebound and a putback for Kenneth Roll. 25 points for Allen now as the Rams are up by 2, 27-25, a little over 9 minutes left. Bluefield has to win on the boards if they're going to try to win this game. Allen doing a great job on the offensive end, keeping the ball alive. Ugly pass to Jorge Concepcion in the far corner. Steps back in the right wing, lost the ball, got it back. Now 10 to shoot, matched up with Adams, skating down the lane, feeds in the left corner. Reed for 3, too hard, and a rebound for Devontae James. Here comes James right across midcourt. His pass tipped and stolen by Sean Robinson. Racing towards the basket, pops from the elbow and scores in transition. 29-25, Sean Robinson with the steal and the score with a mid-range jumper. 8.5 minutes left, and Bluefield is still up by 2 possessions. Both teams with 5 fouls, as we are not yet in the bonus. Lob in the right block for Brandon Moore, matched up with Yespek, spinning for the shot, and instead he's pickpocketed. Reed Outlets Concepcion on the right block, and he had no shot. Feeds Concepcion, or rather it's Robinson. He missed, tips it back to Jesbeck, who scores on the right block. Timeout called by Allen. Bluefield all excited as they are back up by 6. 31-25 as we take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network with 8:06 left to go in the first half. Back here at John Hurst Gymnasium, Bluefield has fought for an early 6-point lead, 31-25. 8 minutes left to go before halftime as the Rams are looking to sweep Allen University and keep up a win streak to extend it to 5 games. Allen taking the ball left to right. Here's Dante Ford going onto the left side. Passes to Brandon Moore. Goes in the lane and fouls Naquan Cousins on a charge. Cousins hit the floor hard as Brandon Moore, who had the game's first 6 points for Allen, now has to go back, causing the turnover. Bluefield will try to work this ball off of a man-to-man coverage from Allen University. Rams send out Concepcion, Cousins, Sean Robinson, Gage Jesbeck, as well as Taekwon Reed, who has 3 3-pointers in this game. Robinson feeds Cousins, top of the key, now down the lane, spins, picks his dribble up, feeds Reed, right wing 3. Too hard as Reed has cooled off since hitting those first 3 triples. Here comes Dante Ford, who now steps back. He's a guy that really didn't play against Bluefield in that first matchup back in November. One arm pass to Ford, and he feeds it back up top the key, Richardson. Another pass on the right side over to Jackson. Back up onto the free throw line to Moore. Tip pass on the other end for James. Goes down the lane, feeds Ford. 3 from the right wing, too hard. Rebound Moore, tipped and picked away by Jorge Concepcion. The junior guard out of a double team, cross courts over to Sean Robinson. Pass to Cousins, 3 from the corner, rattles home. Rams now up by 9. It is 34-25, their largest lead of the game. They led by as much as 8 to start out, but now the Rams fighting back after Allen cut this down to a 1-point game. Meanwhile, it's back down to 7 as Demetrius Richardson clonks in another left-handed shot. Sean Robinson going fast into the right wing. Bluefield winners of 4 in a row. Allen has won 5 as Cousins is hacked hard on the layup attempt on the right block by Demetrius Richardson. Cousins is a guy that can take the game over in the second half. Bluefield can use his athleticism to really silence any opposing defenses. He's averaging 6.6 points per game. Stepping up to the line now, Bluefield puts all of their defenders back in the backcourt. Cousins will have 2 shots with 6:24 remaining in the half. Cousins now is 3 of 4, or rather 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, missing that first free throw. Whistle blows. Kenneth Roll back in the game. It's Brandon Moore as well as Dante Ford are taken out. Leroy Williams II also re-entering for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Cousins, bends the knees, shoots, and scores. Buzzer will sound. Stan Nelms back in. Gage Jesbeck taken off. Rams lead by 8 again. It is 35-27. Small inbounds pass on a hip-high dribble for the point guard Vernon Jackson, the freshman trying to take this game over, but Bluefield has all the momentum in the world with 6:15 remaining first half. Well, Jackson steps back, veers left, pops a long three, back iron in the air, loose ball, rebound Williams, and he puts it in off the glass on the offensive board. Second chance points falling for Allen, and that is really the only category that the Rams are dwindling in this game. 5:55 left to go in the first half as Concepcion has worked as the point guard for most of this half. Now down the lane he goes, swings it out, now back out to Concepcion, tipped in the air and stolen. Here comes James, down the floor, layup, doesn't go, looking for the putback, wrestled out of bounds, and Bluefield will get it back. Well, if you ever play pickup and you say same team going for the rebound, Allen hasn't done that yet, as Demetrius Richardson as well as Devontae James were both going for the same rebound and then just bounced the ball out of bounds. Jemiah Jenkins re-enters, Jorge Concepcion taken out, and Jenkins will operate as the shooting guard. Sean Robinson as the point guard for Bluefield. With 5.5 minutes left to go in the first half, Taekwon Reed, another primary shooter for the Rams, as he feeds it over to Jenkins at the top of the key near the logo. Bouncing the elbow, Cousins feeds out right over to Taekwon Reed. Down the lane he goes. His pass stolen by James on the other end. Devontae James bounces over to Richardson, going for the dunk and misses, but he's fouled by Naquan Cousins. Well, he was trying to get everybody out of their feet here, but boy, he missed. Going for that big dunk, jumping from nearly the free throw line, and he just pushed it off of the back iron. Now it'll be 2 shots for Demetrius Richardson. Back out onto the free throw line, Bluefield with all the rebounders down low. Allen with none. First shot for Richardson, back iron. Going right back to him. That is Bluefield's 6th foul. And for Naquan Cousins, he has 2. 29 points for Allen. Most of those coming off of seemingly put-back chances. But the Rams hitting the threes well in the first half, that has been the difference. Richardson taking his time, arcs his second shot, and he missed both free throws. Rebound Taekwon Reed. 5:10 left to go first half. And Taekwon Reed gets a new command from Richard Morgan. Chest pass on the other end to Jemiah Jenkins. Rams working the ball around the arc. Bounce down low, picked away by Richardson. Outlets Leroy Williams II. Another pass to Kenneth Roll. Pops from the right wing and scores on the mid-range. Allen back in it now, 35-31. The Rams have led by as much as 9. It is back down to a 4-point deficit. In the corner, here's Stanthony Nelms. A hard head fake and now passes cross court over to Robinson. Got it on a bobble, towing down the baseline. Floats from 5, air ball, and now it's tipped back over to James. Outlet on the other end, looking for the dunk. James got it. Rather, that rebound was from Vernon Jackson. He outlet the ball all the way over to Devontae James, who finally sunk the layup. 35-33, back down to a 2-point game here at John Hurst Gymnasium in Allen University, right down in South Carolina. 1-arm pass to Naquan Cousins, speeds top of the key over to Jemiah Jenkins. Out of a step, bounces free throw line. Taekwon Reed swishes from the free throw line as Reed has been on fire. 37-33, back to a 2-point, or rather a 2-possession game. 3:53 left to go in the first half. Here comes Vernon Jackson down the lane, feeds it over to Leroy Williams, who sinks the hook shot from the left end. 37-35 now. Rams still in the lead. 3:38 left, but Allen was down by as much as 9. On the right end, Taekwon Reed really has cooled down. They need a guy like Jemiah Jenkins to take it back over. Reed from the right wing. Far left, he missed another 3. So he has cooled down after hitting his first 3 3-pointers. The rebound for Richardson, fed it on the other end for Jackson, who lost the ball, fouled after it was stolen away. Taekwon Reed got it, and now Bluefield will go to the line with a 1-and-1. That was the 8th foul for Allen. 37-35, buzzer sounds. David Tripp ready to go back into the game. Is now Zont Simmons, the sophomore center, standing in at 6'5", will check in for Allen. Glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's been a fun one so far. Rams already won 90-65. Taekwon Reed will shoot a 1-and-1. Now the young man coming out of Vance Granville Community College came with Naquan Cousins. His first, missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound Zont Simmons. Hard pass on the other end to Jackson. Outlets to James. Stepping in the lane. Floats from 5. Misses. Tipped in the air. Rebound Leroy Williams. Goes for the putback and foul. That foul will be on Sean Robinson. Hacking the forward Leroy Williams II. He has been tough. Rebounding the ball for Allen. 37-35. 3:06 remaining in the first half. And now Williams has a chance to tie it up. Bluefield led by as much as 9. Here's Williams. Floats and sinks the first free throw after it notched off of the front end of the rim. 37-36. Starting a 3-day-in-a-row stint for the Rams where they're playing games in South Carolina, Beckley, and Bluefield. 3:06 remaining. Williams shoulder shrugs, shoots, misses as the ball rims out on the left side. Rebound Williams, though, and it is punched out of bounds by Taekwon Reed. Concepcion back into the game as Bluefield still leads by 1, but Williams has fought for those boards in this game. Inbounds pass for Kenneth Roll on the left side. Damon Childress back into the game as well, and Jorge Concepcion enters for Taekwon Reed. Now a 3, roll from the left wing, swish, and Allen has the lead back, 39-37. Bluefield led by as much as 9, but now Allen has fought their way back for a 2-point lead. 2:48 remaining first half. Now the Rams have cooled off. Nelms into the lane, jump stop, hook shot with the left hand, he missed. Rebound Zont Simmons. Passes right wing over to James, swings it back out to Roll. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound for Williams again. Steps back, fadeaway jumper, he's blocked by Tripp. Loose ball, goes off of the foot of Leroy Williams II. So back on the other end, David Tripp able to block that ball. The fadeaway just wasn't the great angle for Leroy Williams II on the left side of the basket. Rams trail by 2, 39-37. It's been tough for Bluefield on the road, but Allen, a different team that we have seen in the past. Top of the key here, Stan Nelms dances back out near the logo. Passes left side, Jeremiah Jenkins steps into a triple. Ugly miss from the right side, but an offensive board for David Tripp, who skates back out on the right wing. Enters the lane, scoops with the left hand, and annihilated by Zont Simmons on the block. Well, Zont Simmons had no time for that one. 1:59 remaining in the first half, and David Tripp tried to go across his body and had no chance. So in the corner, it will be an inbounds for Damon Childress, who just swings the ball out Hail Mary style into the backcourt for Jorge Concepcion. Going across midcourt in those red sneakers. Passes to David Tripp. Turnaround jumper. Misses back iron. Rebound Leroy Williams II. So with the 2-point lead on the other end, here comes James. Tries to scoop with the right hand. Misses. Zont Simmons on the putback. He gets it. Offensive boards all around for Allen. They lead by 4. 41-37. Minute 35 remaining in the first half. Jenkins pass tipped out of bounds by Jackson. And now Bluefield will have an inbounds pass. Donnell Gooch re-enters the game. David Tripp taken off. Noticeably frustrated here as Bluefield will have a chance. Trying to inbounds this pass. Damon Childress gets the ball near midcourt. Lobs in the right wing. Concepcion. Pump fake now pops from the baseline. Swish on the long 2. Back to a 2-point lead for Allen. 41-39. Jorge Concepcion getting on the board once again. Bluefield operating into a man-to-man defense, and now it looks like they will keep it that way. Bounce pass right side to Kenneth Roll. Bluefield back in his zone now. Roll steps into a triple, launches from the top of the key, and hits it. Well, the trays falling for Allen now. A 5-point lead for them, 44-39. Jenkins off of the pressure from the crowd and the cheerleaders. Chucks it in the air over to Childress on the far baseline. Swings out left over to Jorge Concepcion. Crossover dribble with 43 seconds remaining in the first half. Childress, his pass tipped in the air. Picked away by James. Outlets to Jackson. Right-handed layup falls. Allen with all the command. Timeout for Bluefield. And the Rams are reeling. 34 seconds remaining in the first half, as it's now a 7-point lead for the Yellow Jackets in their own gym. Rams led by as much as 9 here in this first half, but Allen has jumped back to a 7-point lead, 46-39, 34 seconds remaining first half. Jenkins will take the ball across midcourt, about a 4-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Finally got the ball across the timeline and feeds left wing. Concepcion returns Jenkins top of the key. 20 seconds remaining in the first half as Jenkins swings the top of the key. Reed steps into a triple, sinks it, and now Reed has hit 4 3-pointers in this one. 46-42 now. Rams trail by 4, 7 seconds remaining. Here comes Vernon Jackson, pressured by Jeremiah Jenkins. Passes over to Roll, looking for a 3, and is fouled in the effort on the 3-pointer. Ugly foul, courtesy of Tyquan Reed, who's wondering what he did wrong there. And now, a little bit frustrated, it'll be 3 shots for Kenneth Roll the second. Or Kenneth Roll, rather. Just one Kenneth Roll, and now he has 3 shots with just 1 second remaining. His first one goes. So a frustrating swing right there on an ugly foul, 47-42. If he hits both of these next ones, it'll be 49-42 going into halftime as he hits the second of 3. A whistle and Damon Childress back in as Tyquan Reed is taken off. 1 second remaining in the first half. Roll with a chance to make it a 7-point lead. And does. 49-42. Gooch feeds to Jenkins. Chucks at the buzzer and misses. 7-point lead for Allen at halftime. Rams will have to go back to the drawing board, down by a few possessions here in Columbia, South Carolina. Rams trail at halftime, 49-42, after leading by as much as 9 in this game. Score's been tied 3 times. The lead has been changed 10 times. Allen led by as much as 11 in this one, but it is 49-42, and a big part of that, Bluefield is getting obliterated in the rebounding game. 14-8, Allen on top in that regard with 2 players in double figures. Kenneth Roll with 15 points, and Demetrius Richardson has 10 points, leading the rebounds for Allen. A couple of players with 3 rebounds, Demetrius Richardson as well as Leroy Williams II. Offensively, they have 4 offensive boards while Bluefield has 3. For the Rams, though, 2 players in double figures, Tyquan Reed and Naquan Cousins. Tyquan Reed already has hit 4 3-pointers. Bluefield is shooting 57% from the field and 58% from beyond the arc. On the other end, though, Allen shooting 77.8% and 50% from beyond the perimeter. Notice they've only taken 4 3-pointers in this game. Both of them sank by Kenneth Roll. 49-42, just about 8.5 minutes left before we start up the second half here in Columbia, South Carolina. Allen looking for revenge and to go for 6 in a row, while Bluefield tries to come back in this one to get their 5th victory in a row. Crucial AAC matchup here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams re-enter the floor down by 7, 49-42, trailing by 7 in this one. And after leading by as much as 9, it looks like Bluefield really just kind of tailed off right there at the end of the first half, now with a chance to make a statement here against Allen. Allen's going to go right to left in the second half. Bluefield back on the floor. Looks like with that starting lineup they had Damon Childress, Tyquan Reed, who has 14 points, Jeremiah Jenkins, Donnell Gooch, and Naquan Cousins. Off of the bounce inbounds, Vernon Jackson, the freshman point guard, already corrals it over to Roll. In the left wing, Brandon Moore feeds Williams in the corner. Now looking for someone to pass it to as it's tipped right back into his hands from Naquan Cousins. Zigzags down the lane, pops a fadeaway, misses front rim. Rebound, Naquan Cousins. Great defensive stance for Bluefield to start out the second half. Rams really need to look for the offensive boards as well. Jenkins misses the three from the far wing. Rebound for Adams. Rather, that's Vernon Jackson. Underhands it back to Roll. Takes a pro-length three. Misses far left. Tipped and rebounded by Damon Childress. Underhands Reed. Into the backcourt. Bluefield gives it over to Jeremiah Jenkins. 19-18 left to go in the second half. Jeremiah Jenkins thought he had that open three, and normally a guy that hits, so why not have the confidence? Feeds Childress looking for the three. Air ball from the far corner, and the Rams have missed both of their tray attempts here in the second half. Vernon Jackson, he did not play and was not eligible in the last semester, so this is Bluefield's first look at him. Pass down low to Brandon Moore, backs down the baseline, splitting the defense, going for two, and sinks the shot with the foul. Crucial and one right there. It is now 51-42, a 9-point lead. Largest of the game for Allen. Gage Yesbeck going right back to check in for Donnell Gooch. And Brandon Moore, already a guy that scored the first 6 points of the game, now has 9. His second, or rather, free throw falls. It is now a 10-point lead for Allen. 52-42, a double-digit lead for the first time in the game for the Allen Yellow Jackets. Childress swings it out over in the left wing for Tyquan Reed. Zigzags into the perimeter, lobs it back out over to Cousins. His shot no good. Tipped in the air, rebound Brandon Moore. 18 and a half minutes left to go in the first half, or the second half rather. Vernon Jackson skates down the lane, swings to Williams. He's hacked as he went up for two. Tyquan Reed with the foul. So for Reed, that will be 3 fouls now for the guard out of North Carolina, and Leroy Williams II will have 2 shots. Williams really was a big part of the reason why Allen got back into the game in the last couple of minutes in the first half because of those offensive rebounds. Bluefield is getting pummeled on the boards, especially on the offensive variety. Free throw falls for Leroy Williams, and it is now 53-42. Rams down by 11. Now that 4-point deficit in depth, or 4-game winning streak in jeopardy now. Leroy Williams II bends, shoots, and scores. 54-42, 12-point lead with 18:20 remaining in the game. Bluefield lazily taking the ball across midcourt. Childress speeds in the right corner over to Nelms. Zips top of the key. Jenkins down the lane, swings out to Nelms. Pump fake down the baseline, out of pressure. He'll kick it back towards the logo to Jeremiah Jenkins. Great defensive start for Allen in the second half. Now just 10 to shoot. Jenkins feeds Cousins on the left wing. Pump fake into the lane. He goes for two. Misses the layup. Put back Yesbeck. Now on the third try. Finally forces it to fall. 54-44. The lead back down to 10 for Allen. He's on Simmons, likely to check in off of the next dead ball. Now a hard pass in the right side for Adams, who swirls, or James rather, who swirls the tray from the far wing. 57-44, largest lead of the game for Allen. Pass picked away by Brandon Moore, intended for Gage Yesbeck. Outlet on the other end. Here's Williams under the basket, goes for two, and scores on the left block. 59-44, 15-point lead, another steal, and a basket for Devontae James. Bluefield has let this one get away from them. 61-44, 17-point lead. Timeout Richard Morgan. Rams need to regroup. 17-18 remaining in the game. Rams need to get back into this one. A whistle, and now the referee's clarifying for the substitutions to be correct. While they do that, 61-44 is the score of the Rams, trailing by 17 points after leading by as much as 9 in the first half. Allen has came out guns a-blazing here in the second half. Rams looking for some shots to fall, but Allen has scored off of really pressuring Bluefield, and then right before that timeout, Devontae James was able to steal the ball away on an inbounds and easily lay it in. The Rams now looking to inbounds trip. Sean Robinson, Jorge Concepcion the second, Gage Yesbeck, as well as Anthony Nelms onto the floor. Lob into midcourt from Jorge Concepcion. Looks like Allen will set up in his zone. And Robinson, the point guard, Jorge Concepcion almost lost the ball near the logo and passes right wing over to Stan Nelms. 17:05 remaining. Sean Robinson launches a three from the corner and hits it. Now makes it 61-47. The Rams down by 14. Great tray hit by Sean Robinson. Here comes Jackson, pops from the right elbow and scores. 63-47. The lead back to 16 for Allen. 16:40 left to go. You got to remember, back in Bluefield in November, the Rams won this game 90-65. And now trail by double digits. Here's Nelms, feeds in the corner for Concepcion, launches from the far side and misses. Leroy Williams, the second, jumped up to snatch the ball off the board. Outlet on the other end. Brandon Moore, reverse layup, blocked by Nelms. Rebound Williams, and saves it out to roll. Thought about a three. Back over to Williams. Arcs a tray, misses air ball. Picked up by Moore, put it on the deck and scored off of the hook shot. 65-47. Lead is 18 now. Bluefield risking losing by as much as 20 points. Sean Robinson, chest pass on the far side for Nelms, returns back up to his point guard. Rams have not really gotten the shots to fall here in the second half as Yesbeck banks it in from the free throw line. Hard shot for the young man from Richmond, but now it's 65-49. Good feed and a dime from Sean Robinson. Taking the ball across midcourt, it will be the point guard, Vernon Jackson. Well, Jackson had 6 points in the first half, now trying to add on in the second. Steps onto the far sideline and passes around the key. Pass down low to Moore, gets it away from Yesbeck and scoops with a left hand to score. Brandon Moore hit hard after the basket fell. It is 67-49. Timeout called by Bluefield. That is it for the second timeout for the Rams. 67-49, 18-point lead. Allen dominating in the second half with 15:29 remaining in the game. Rams return onto the floor. It's David Tripp taking the inbounds pass for Bluefield. 67-49. Rams trail by 18. It's the largest lead of the game for Allen as Sean Robinson dances the ball across midcourt. Bluefield in the red as they take the ball left to right. Here's Concepcion. Shimmy shakes down the lane. His pass tipped out to Nelms. Going down the paint. Pumps a shot and sinks it from 10 feet off of the glass. The bank was open for Stan Nelms. 67-51. Rams lead by 16. Or Rams trail by 16. Here comes the freshman point guard, Vernon Jackson, telling his team to set up down low. Now a hard sprint into the right wing. Feeds Williams. Pickpocketed by Robinson. Outlets it back to the point guard who scoops and scores with the right hand. Bluefield with a quick 4 points there. 67-53, down by 14. And you're starting to hear that Bluefield bench get back into this one. 14:40 left to go in the game. Bluefield setting up in that zone defense again. Jackson lifts it back top of the key to Williams. Around the arc. Here's Roll. Blocked on the three. Rebound Gage Jesbeck. David Tripp got a hand on the three-point attempt. Robinson on the other end. Here's Concepcion with the reverse layup going down the left baseline. Timeout called by Allen, and Bluefield has fought their way back into making this a 12-point game. We're going to take another break here. Need a water break here in Allen. 67-55, 14-21 after the Yellow Jackets call a timeout from their head coach, Nelson Jones. Rams scored a fast 6 points in a row, but they still trail by 12. Kicking up the full court press, it is 67-55 out of the Allen timeout with 14-14 left to go in the game. Lob in the left block over to Adams. Swings it back out up top over to Roll. Fighting for a pass. Down low to Moore. Puts it on the deck. Reverse layup falls with the left hand. 69-55. Rams trail by 14. Robinson with a hard pass on the far end for Nelms. Going down the lane, backs out, and gives it back over to Jorge Concepcion. Now decides to take a three. Swish from the right wing. Jorge Concepcion makes it 69-58. Rams trail by 11, and you can tell after those first couple of timeouts from Richard Morgan, Bluefield is trying to fight back into it. Jackson's pass tipped in the air by Jesbeck, but corralled by Roll. Another dart down low, swatted out of bounds by David Tripp, and Bluefield's hard-nosed defense in the second half down low has made it tough for this Allen team to find any success with Brandon Moore. Back out to Devontae James, the point guard. He bounces it over to Vernon Jackson. 13-20 left to go in the game. Here's Jackson to the right wing. Feeds Richardson top of the key. Splits the double team and feeds it over to James. Hard dart down low. Here's Richardson. Misses with the right hand. Hard-fought rebound by David Tripp. Bluefield sprinting on the other end. Robinson underhand strip going for the layup. Missed. Tipped in the air. Loose ball corralled by Robinson. Bounce to Tripp. Going for the reverse layup. No, but he's fouled. That ball just hung on the back of the rim, almost went through the cup, but now David Tripp will have a chance at 2 free throws. As last time he went to the free throw line, Tripp missed both. Now trying to elevate that free throw percentage after going 0 of 2. Here's Tripp threading the ball through his hands. Bluefield going left to right, and this time that ball just swirled around the 10 and fell through the nylon. Back to a 10-point game, 69-59, 13:01 left to go. Zon Simmons back into the game, and it looks like Devontae James will be relieved of his duties. So Allen going a bit bigger with Brandon Moore and Zon Simmons down low. Here's David Tripp threading the ball around, follows through with the right hand, and this time he goes 2 of 2 from the line. Back to a single-digit deficit, 69-60. Rams have trailed by as much as 18 in this game, and I'll have cut that in half. Jackson at the top of the key near the logo. Robinson on the zone defense. One arm pass in the right wing for Richardson. Now double team, returns top of the key to Jackson. Swings out left. Here's Dante Ford. Bounce on the right block. Moore backs out. Hook shot falls with a left hand. He split the defense and got Allen back up by double digits, 71-60. Into the left wing goes Jorge Concepcion, hoping for help as Bluefield scurries around in the paint. Pass on the right wing. Tripp goes near the free throw line. Now backs it out over to Concepcion. Pump fake in the right wing. Hard bounce. Floater from 5 feet. He missed. Zon Simmons thought he had the rebound, but Jorge Concepcion able to snatch it back. Bluefield with a fresh offensive possession. 12-10 remaining in the game as looks like Sean Robinson veers off of a screen. Pops a three from the top of the key. Front rim. Rebound David Tripp off of the tip. Swings out to Concepcion. Step back, no. He feeds to Tripp. Left wing three, too hard. Rebound Gage Jesbeck, but a foul called before that on Allen. That will be on Brandon Moore. And rather, that's going to be an offensive foul. So no, not on Allen. Bluefield was clapping off of that foul call, but rather it was a push-off on Gage Jesbeck. 71-60. Allen gets the ball back, and now up by 11. They have it with 11:45 left to go in the game. Bluefield feeling that sense of urgency here as Dante Ford is blocked on the floater. Brandon Moore picks up the pieces once again, and that forward has been tough to stop with that left-handed hook shot. Makes it now 73-60. Jorge Concepcion really needs to take the ball over. Rams need to hit those long-distance shots. They want to fight their way back into the game. That's how they got up by as much as 9 in the beginning of the first half. Tripp spins towards the cup, fouled on his way with a hook shot on the right hand, and now he will have 2 more shots from the charity stripe. So David Tripp is 2 of 4 from the line, and now he has another chance to really try to get Bluefield back into this game. Down 73-60. Clock has halted at 11:18. Shot for Tripp, nothing but net. So 73-61. Tyquan Reed re-enters the game, and Gage Jesbeck taken out. Richard Morgan and company still, you can imagine, they have a ton of confidence. They've been able to fight their way back into games before. David Tripp misses the second of 2 free throws. Rebound for Allen Zont-Simmons. They're up by 12, 73-61 in their own gym. Allen trying to make this their 6th win in a row. Simmons corrals a hard pass and darts it over to Ford. Floats from the baseline, swirls around the cup and misses. Rebound Nelms. 3-on-1 go the Ram. Pops it over to Robinson. His layup falls with contact. Robinson wanted some sort of foul call, but he won't get it. But now the Rams are back down by 10. 10:50 remaining in the second half. Here's Vernon Jackson as he panics just a little bit towards the logo. Swings on the left side, and the pass goes off of the hands of Demetrius Richardson. Rams force a turnover, and that is just now for Allen. Not racking up a ton of turnovers in this game. That is just their 3rd. Sean Robinson taken out. Jeremiah Jenkins back in. Jenkins more of a guy that can get it done from long range consistently. 73-63, 10:35 remaining in this game as Tyquan Reed walks the ball up towards the top of the arc. Good defense from Demetrius Richardson as Allen sets up in a man-to-man. Onto the right wing, back up top to Reed. Arcs a triple, back iron, no good. Found his own rebound, loose ball, Nelm skates for it. Now tipped again, here comes Allen. Demetrius Richardson, two-handed dunk. And that gets all the fans here back on their feet. 75-63, Bluefield wasting no time. And the other red. Here's Reed. Feed to Nelms on the right elbow. Hard bounce in the lane. Backwards pass to David Tripp. Wasn't ready for it, and it's a turnover for the Rams as the ball went out of bounds. That stops the clock at 10:03. And now Allen with a 12-point lead once again. It seems like every time Bluefield, since being down by 18, fights their way back within 10 or 9 points, Allen is able to get the ball off of a turnover and find an open shot on the other end. Here's Kenneth Roll, a chest pass into the far wing to Richardson. Pops it down low to Brandon Moore. Moore out of a double team. Swings the ball up in the air to Roll right in front of his own bench on the left wing. Steps in the lane. Feeds back to Moore. His shot good, but an offensive foul as Stanley Nelms does what he does best defensively, and he draws the big charge. So Roll with now the team's 3rd foul. 9:39 left to go in the half. Bluefield still trails by 12, though, here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bailey Angle here. Happy to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. One of the more highly contested matchups of the Rams season. Rams are number 3 in the AAC. Allen at number 2. They've received some votes to be ranked in the NAIA. Here's Concepcion angling a long 2. Front rim miss. Rebound for Jackson. His outlet pass, though, tipped by Concepcion and stolen by Jenkins. Allen on the other end to Tripp. Back to Concepcion. Pops from 10 and drains the mid-range. 75-65. Rams trail by 10 once again. Now you're starting to hear that defensive chant come from the Bluefield bench. Really no Rams fans as there wasn't really expected to be, but now the Rams getting a little bit more of support from the bench, but a foul called on Tyquan Reed. That is his 2nd. As it looked like Demetrius Richardson stepped into the perimeter, Reed hacked his hand, And now that'll be the team's 4th foul. 8:53 left on the clock, 75-65. Sean Robinson checking back into the game. Taekwon Reed taking off. Well, Reed has tallied up 17 points in this contest. Sean Robinson, another guy fearless. He could also take the game over. Kenneth Roll off of the inbounds pass, swishes the 3 from the corner. Timeout called by Allen, as now the lead is back up again to 13 points, 78-65. Allen on top of the Rams with 8:48 left to go in the game. Back out onto the floor they go. Rams trail by 13, 78-65. Here at John Hurst Gymnasium against Allen. That 4-game losing streak in jeopardy while Allen tries to make it 6 in a row for the Yellow Jackets. Rams going left to right. Sean Robinson bounces right corner to Jenkins. Another bounce pass. Stolen away but fouled after Nelms tried to feed it back to Sean Robinson off of what could have been a great draw up for Bluefield, but now they will have an inbounds pass after the foul is called. Looks like it was on Demetrius Richardson. 8:36 left to go in the game. 13-point deficit the Rams are trying to storm back from. They found it back down to 9, but Allen fought their way back. Hands it off to Jenkins, launches a 3. Misses as it was too hard. Rebound Williams the second. Underhands it over to Jackson. Zips in the left wing for Kenneth Roll, and he hit it. Kenneth Roll on fire from beyond the arc, 81-65. Rams trying to fight their way back. Jorge Concepcion steps back from the corner and lobs it over in the left wing for Robinson. Steps into a tray, misses, rebound for Williams the second. Zigzagging his way through the defense. Errant pass in the corner for Williams the second. Here's Brandon Moore. One arm shot, no good, but fouled on his way there. What a turn of events it was after the Rams led by 9 in the first half, and now this one starting to get away from them with 8 minutes left. Time running out for the Rams to really come back. Brandon Moore with the free throw. Good. Well, he just beamed that one in there. 82-65. 17-point lead for Allen. Brandon Moore in double figures now as Naquan Cousins goes back out onto the floor. He will replace Jorge Concepcion. Now Concepcion, the Chesapeake native, jogs off. The Raleigh native goes in. And Bluefield has more of a shooting look out there. Brandon Moore shoots with the left hand, twirls around the cup, a miss, and a rebound snagged by David Tripp. 82-65, the deficit is 17. Under 8 minutes left. Bounce in the corner. Cousins in a double team, and he is fouled by Demetrius Richardson. So Allen was fighting their way, trying to pickpocket that ball, and instead of Cousins losing it, he is fouled. 7:50 left to go. Cousins with a chance to try to inbounds here. We'll do it right in front of the Bluefield bench. Kenneth Roll right in front of him with the ball over his head. And ends Jeremiah Jenkins. On a hip-high dribble, spins on the left wing, lost the ball. Good pressure by the freshman guard Jackson. Now David Tripp jumping towards the basket. Missed the shot, fouled on his way there. So now the junior from Connecticut is trying to get back to the free throw line, and he'll do it successfully here.
82 to 65, 70. 7:42 left to go in the game. That's 17 point deficit. Really such a long task for Bluefield, especially when David Tripp misses the front end of that free throw. 82-65, Kenneth Roll getting into it for Allen, hitting all the threes in the second half for Allen. Tripp bends the knee, sends it in the air, and this time it goes through. 82 to 66, now the lead down to 16 points. 7:39 left to go in the game as now it looks like Vernon Jackson will walk the ball across midcourt. 7.5 minutes as Moore darts it down, and Adams, or rather that is Devontae James, with a right-handed layup, it scores. 82-68, now Bluefield lets it go to 84 to 66. On the other end, a foul called as Dan Nelms is hacked on the layup attempt. So now Bluefield sending another man to the line. 7:14 left to go. Rams have not found any consistency that we have seen in the past couple of games. And it looks like Allen definitely is a different team than what we saw back in November when they came to the Dome and the Rams were able to shellac them 90 to 65. Here's Anthony Nelms, the senior from Atlanta. His first free throw rims out. 84-66 the score. And back in that game in November, Jorge Concepcion had 27 points. Definitely a different story here inside of Columbia, South Carolina. Nelms eyes the 10, shoots, and this time he follows through, nothing but net. 84-67. It's a 20 or a 17-point lead once again. Allen has led by as much as 18 in this one. Just with a little over 7 minutes to go, Vernon Jackson with all the command in the world now. Taking the ball across midcourt. Jackson crossing the ball over his legs. Feeds on the left elbow to Brandon Moore, who lifts it back out right wing to Jackson. Pops a pass over to Roll, and it's picked away. Outlet on the other end. Here's Tripp going for the layup and scoops with the left hand to score. Bluefield with some rare transition points. Haven't been able to string any of those together in this game. 84-69. Rams trail by 15 now out of the steal from Sean Robinson. Lob on the left side over for Brandon Moore from the elbow. He returns it back to his point guard, Jackson. Underhands to Roll in the right wing. Now back top of the key. Step back triple. Front rim miss. Tipped on the left side. Corralled by Leroy Williams II. And that might be the story of the game. Here's a three from Roll. Front rim no good. Rebound for James. And Allen has dominated on the boards in this one. Bounce pass into the right block. Here's Brandon Moore skating down the baseline. Going for two and foul. So you just saw there 2 missed shots for Allen, but immediately after that, a couple of shots followed and a couple of big rebounds. Here's Brandon Moore once again. Dominated the game on the low block. He has beaten Bluefield in size. Hits the first free throw, 85-69 the score. Clock is stopped at 6:12. And this one might be dancing away from Bluefield. Back into the game, Gage Jesbeck. And Naquan Cousins taken off. Left-handed shot for Moore. Rattles through the 10, and now the lead is 86-69, 17-point deficit. Jeremiah Jenkins and Sean Robinson, both of Bluefield's primary point guards, onto the floor now as the Rams need to shoot threes to get back into this one. 6 minutes left. Sean Robinson in the right wing. Zigzags, backs out, almost slipped. Hands off Tripp. Now he's at the top of the key. Returns to Robinson in the right wing. Step back three. On target, but front rim no good. Here's a rebound for Brandon Moore as he feeds it over to his point guard, Vernon Jackson. You can see how much poise Allen has in this game as Vernon Jackson took that ball right across the Allen University Yellow Jackets logo. 5:35 left to go. Pass down low, stolen by Taekwon Reed. His feed almost stolen to Sean Robinson, but now Bluefield has it back. Going in transition, Reed down the right wing, goes for the layup, ugly miss, rebound for Vernon Jackson. Bluefield got no foul call as Kenneth Roll operates right in front of his coach Nelson Jones. Well, this team 17-5, 11-5 in the AAC, now looking for another win. Brandon Moore losing the ball in the left block, tipped out of bounds by Gage Jesbeck on the great defense down low. Now Jorge Concepcion pops off of his feet, and he is ready to go back into the game. He'll get Sean Robinson out of the contest with 5:07 left. Here's Kenneth Rowe in the left block. Ball over his head, just swings it way near the midcourt line, and it's caught on a back pedal by Devontae James. Back up top, over to Vernon Jackson. 8 to shoot. Back on the top of the key for Kenneth Rowe, looking for help. 5 to shoot. Swings down low, looking for the shot, and Devontae James fouled on the reverse layup attempt. Well, that is the last thing you wanted to do if you're Bluefield, but they foul with 4:54 left to go in the game. And they are down by 17 points. And the Rams are frustrated, look to be a little bit winded as well, as Allen has pushed the pace of this game. Meanwhile, the free throw rims out. No good. Devontae James, the junior guard from North South Carolina. His second shot, nothing but net. It is now 87 to 69, ties the largest lead of the game. It was 18 to start out here in the second half, as Jenkins has to back his way across midcourt. Now steps down the left side of the lane, kicks it back out left wing, Jorge Concepcion. Veers top of the key, crossover dribble, into the paint, feed strip, right corner three, good. 87-72, timeout called by Richard Morgan with 4.5 minutes left to go in the game. Rams still trail by 15 and need to kick it up a notch if they're trying to send this one into overtime or get this win to steal one away from the Yellow Jackets here. With 4:30 left to go in the game, the Rams trail by 15. It is 87-72 here at John Hurst Gymnasium in Columbia, South Carolina. Allen trying to string together 6 wins in a row and find some vengeance from that 25-point loss back in November that the Rams handed to them at the Dome Gymnasium. Now, Bluefield has trailed by as much as 18 points at multiple times in the second half. And Allen behind the offensive boards, as well as really just dominating in the right block, as well as the low post, have not been able to really relinquish any leads. Here comes Vernon Jackson, crossover dribble as he walks over the midcourt line. Bluefield trying to trap him, underhands it over to Brandon Moore. Jump stop, left-handed hook shot falls, and Brandon Moore from 10 feet has really shown why Allen has dominated in this game. 17-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Bluefield only let up 65 points the last time they faced this team, as Taekwon Reed misses another 3 from the right side and a rebound for Devontae James. Underhands it back to Vernon Jackson, and you can just start to see the defeat on the faces of the Rams, unfortunately. Knee-high dribble for Vernon Jackson as he bounces over to Kenneth Rowe. Between Kenneth Rowe and Brandon Moore, they have been the stars for Allen. Here's a 3 from the left side, and it falls for Devontae James. Now the junior now makes it 92-72, largest lead of the contest for Allen. 20 points, and the Rams now trail by their largest deficit with just 3.5 minutes left to go. Meanwhile, Jeremiah Jenkins sinks a 3 from the right wing, right in front of his coach, to make it 92-75. 3:18 left to go. Allen still confidently operating in those yellow jerseys, going right to left, right across that Yellow Jackets logo. Ball punched out, and it is a backcourt violation as the ball went across the midcourt line. It looked like Jeremiah Jenkins got a hand on it, but instead Vernon Jackson did not let that ball go off of any deflection. He must have dribbled it right off of his foot. Now an inbounds pass for David Tripp, 3:08 remaining in this game. Bluefield trailing by 17 points, 92-75. Hard cut into Jeremiah Jenkins. Now veers down the right side. One arm pass, Taekwon Reed. Reverse layup doesn't go, but he's fouled on his way there by Zont Simmons. So Taekwon Reed really was the star of the first half for Bluefield. He hit 4 3-pointers in the first half alone, but now in the second half, Allen came out with a better perimeter defense in Bluefield, just couldn't hit the open looks from Taekwon Reed. Now the left-handed shooter swirls the ball around, lifts it up, and misses the shot from the charity stripe. 3:02 remaining in the game, and Leroy Williams II checks in for Zaunt Simmons. And Taekwon Reed trying to cut this down to a 16-point game. Eyeing the rim once again. Obvious lane violation for David Tripp. The shot fell, and Tripp was about ready to dunk the ball before Taekwon Reed even let the ball go through his fingers. So that gives the ball back to Allen, and Tripp is taken out of the game for Donnell Gooch. Well, he knew it as he shook his head, going right back to the bench. Tough game for Bluefield. Ever since about halfway to go in the first half, it has been all Allen. One-arm pass, Leroy Williams II, who off of the reverse layup makes it 94-75. Pressured off the inbounds, and now a turnover. Ball went out of bounds, and now Bluefield will have to pressure on the other end of the floor again. Olatunji Ibafemi back into the game, or into the game for the first time, I should say. Taekwon Reed goes to the bench, as well as DeJuan Perry. He'll come in, taking out Jorge Concepcion. Not a good day for the Rams. 2:48 remaining in the second half. Kenneth Roll off the left side feeds into Brandon Moore. Underhands back to Roll in the corner, and a pop pass back out up top over to Vernon Jackson. 2:40 remaining in the game. Allen just setting up in a lazy offense here as they have been able to dominate for the entire game except for the first part of the first half. Near the midcourt line, here's Vernon Jackson with 10 to shoot. 2:25 remaining. Jackson floats from 10, misses. Looking for the putback Moore. Got it on the second try. Up for the layup. He sank it. Brandon Moore now dominating again. 96-75. It is a 21-point lead for Allen. DeJuan Perry with a hard pass to Gooch. Bounce on the right side to Cousins. He missed the dunk. No foul called, but a rebound for Ibafemi. Jenkins from 15 feet, misses from the left elbow, and now Allen has it back out of the rebound for Brandon Moore. 96-75. Bluefield won this game 90-75 back in Bluefield in November, and now going into the bench. Here's Logan Parvis, the freshman from Pickens, South Carolina. He goes into the game. Timeout called and a substitution. We're going to take a break here. Rams looking frustrated. Down by 21 with 1:49 left to go in the game. Minute 49 left to go in the game. Allen really has this wrapped up 96-75 on top of the Rams. Looks like Bluefield now goes back out onto the floor with Olatunji Ibafemi, Donnell Gooch, Naquan Cousins, DeJuan Perry, and Jeremiah Jenkins. And the referee making sure that the shot clock is correct. Now it is down to 15. Substitution brings Jarvis Kershaw into the game for the first time. Kenneth Roll, a primary three-point shooter, taken out for Allen. The inbounds pass is acceptable to Vernon Jackson. Down the lane he goes, lost the ball, and it goes out of bounds off of his own knee. Bluefield will get it back with 1:36 remaining in this game. lazily taking the ball in. Jeremiah Jenkins goes across midcourt. Kevin Schmidt likely to check in now for Bluefield as Jeremiah Jenkins misses the layup. Rebound Gooch fighting in the lane, and he's fouled. That'll be 2 shots off of the foul, or rather a 1-and-1. After that is the 7th foul, or 9th foul rather, on Allen. Here's Donnell Gooch. Big man out of Clarendon College, just 1:27 remaining. Here's Gooch with the right hand. He shoots, misses, rebound Ibafemi, and now he'll back it out on the left wing. Looking for someone to pass it to and just lifts it to Jenkins. Had to fight for it as he steps into a triple. Good from the top of the key. 96-78 now. Rams trail by 18 points. 1:08 remaining, and this will be a tough one for Bluefield to swallow as Allen has now won 6 games in a row. What a stretch of the year for this Yellow Jackets team. Bluefield likely to fall to 12-7. 55 seconds remaining. Down the lane goes Adams. He misses, or James rather, and the ball goes out of bounds. Buzzer sounds. Dante Ford into the game. Damon Childress also checking in. He'll replace Jeremiah Jenkins with 50 seconds left to go. Tough one for Bluefield. They'll try to regroup as they play West Virginia Tech tomorrow in Beckley. That game will be an audio-only broadcast as well. Underhands, top of the key, DeJuan Perry down the lane, Euro step, floater, no good, but he's fouled on his way there. Now with just 41 seconds remaining, it'll be 2 shots for DeJuan Perry looking for his first points of the contest. Well, that's a team tomorrow that the Rams will play in that big classic in Beckley. First shot rattles through the tin and falls for DeJuan Perry. Makes it 96-79. And then on Thursday, have another doubleheader at the Dome as St. Andrews comes to town. What a week it really is for Bluefield. DeJuan Perry hits both free throws. 96-80. Dante Ford running the offense for Allen. Shot clock still on. About a 10-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Here's Ford right near that Allen University logo. Swings it out to Kershaw on the right end. His pass tipped and stolen by DeJuan Perry. Childress, transition 3. Front rim miss, bouncing into the corner, and it will go back to Allen with 20 seconds remaining in this game. Frustrating one for Bluefield, but what a win for Nelson Jones and company. As it looks like Devontae James will just dribble this ball out. Rams being told not to foul, and Allen will wrap up this one. 6 wins in a row for the Yellow Jackets, and Bluefield, after winning 4 in a row, now going down on the road here in Columbia. That's the final score, 96-80. Rams lose by 16 after leading by as much as 9 in the first half. Bryan able to kick this one up a notch, led by as much as 20. They avenge that loss back in November, 90-65, and now with a convincing 16-point win over Bluefield here in Allen. So the Rams will play tomorrow in Beckley at the going on against West Virginia Tech. You can catch us tomorrow. And now Bluefield will try to regroup as they face off against the Golden Bears tomorrow in West Virginia. Final score from Columbia. Rams lose 96-80. This is Bailey Engel saying take it easy, Rams fans.